Good day, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. My name is ShiftShock24, and let's get into this one then. So here we are for the last episode in this series. Lovely Need for Speed Hot Pursuit series, remastered that is as well. And yes, we have 3 events left: 1 police, 2 racer. And that is it then. After that is the game done and dusted, at least for the time being. I'll probably come back to it and try and get max bounty, and investigate some of the cars that we didn't get to use, and also do the online as well. I've never done the online in this game, despite putting 300 hours onto it on Steam. For PlayStation, when I rebought this remastered version of the game, because I had the original, I've never did the online, so it would be cool to do that, and eventually we will get to that. But let's just have a look at the stats then. So we've played this for 16 hours, this whole series. Probably a little bit less if you take out the time that I've taken for screenshots for the thumbnails. We've done plenty of cop events. We've only got 1 left. We've done 6 hours and 15 minutes on the cop side, 9 hours on the racer side. For the police side, we've leveled up everything. Obviously, we have done almost all of the distinctions. We've got only 5 more cars to unlock, but not all of the cars driven on the police side. And on the racer side, we have everything leveled up. We've got almost all of the golds. We have actually 10 more cars to unlock for the racer side, and we've only driven just over half, so plenty to do there. We also have some milestones as well. We haven't quite done all of them. A lot of them are 3 out of 4, so that could be something as well to try and go for. Yeah, anyway, the last Hot Pursuit event for the racer side is Hunted. This is the DLC one using the Gunpla Apollo S. And that is the last Hot Pursuit event that we're doing on the racer side at night conditions at 10 PM with 3 spike strips, 3 jammers, 1 turbo, and 3 EMPs. So let's see how we can do in this 11.7 mile event. Like I said, at 10 PM we have 2 Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Super Sport chasing us, and so let's see what this Gunpla can do. As we're all in Gunplats actually, there's 4 of us, all in Gunplats. And yeah, let's see how we fare into this event. So obviously this event is supposed to be done after, this isn't supposed to necessarily be the last Hot Pursuit event that you do. It's just that it is because we've got the remastered version which added all the DLCs. So that's why the story, I mean, it's not really a story in this game, but story-wise it doesn't really make sense that we're using the Gunpla as the last car. It's supposed to be more of a test drive kind of car that we're doing, but still, anyway, we're using it, and the helicopter drops a spike strip. We're very close to being taken out by it. For some reason I didn't deploy a jammer, which would have been the logical solution there, but again, as I've said in previous episodes, I seem to like to kind of hoard some of my items and then use them when I'm in really big trouble, but usually I end up getting in more trouble by not using them in some of those places where I don't really recognise it. We do use a spike strip to jam that one though. That makes no sense. We use a jammer to get rid of that spike strip, as we also check out our own spike strips to get rid of the Bugatti Veyron, at least for the moment. Spike strip already replenished, jammer also already replenished, so we can continue on through the night. And well, we've got the helicopter in front of us as well. We're in second. We're going to take this shortcut, which is going to get us into first, most likely, as we get spit out into the road just about now, though colliding into the walls hasn't really helped our time. We are going to continue through though and do just fine, so we head through the construction segment now, avoiding the helicopter and also kind of avoiding the cop car showcase, though it is going to showcase it once it spits back out onto the road. And you can see it is the Gunpla Apollo S, the police car version of the one that we're in, is now chasing us. And we also have the helicopter in front. I try and check out spike strips, which actually miss its target completely. so that was very helpful of us. And yeah, looking behind now, we're going to deploy a spike strip which actually hits our target twice, taking him out, and then for some reason the cop car just spawns on top of another cop car. Crazy things that are happening. But in this last episode, I wanted to show you guys that it is possible to EMP a helicopter, because I just did it. I said I wanted to do it eventually, and I did, and then it respawned straight back into the thing. So it's not necessarily always worth it, but I did want to at least show you guys that it's kind of I guess it's kind of an Easter egg, and it's something that you don't often get to do, because usually the helicopter is going way too fast for you to hit it. Anyway, we're going to be flying through here now that we've activated the turbo, and yeah, the gunpowder Apollo is being shown to us again because well, we didn't really see it at a standstill, I guess, so the game said let's show it to him in real time, as we've got another milestone. So there you go, we finally got one of the more unique milestones, which is to use boost for, I think that was 90 minutes, was that, or something? I'm not entirely sure, but we get a massive whacking from behind, crashed out by this cop car, which isn't particularly helpful, but we're just going to give him a slam on the way back to get him wrecked and to assert our dominance over him, let's say. As continuing on here, we've only got 1.8 miles, and we are in front and doing a decent job of being in front as well. We are a little bit battered and bruised. We don't have any spike strips as well, which isn't particularly helpful. We do have an EMP, which I want to show you guys. You know, locking onto EMP on a helicopter is pretty tricky if the helicopter's moving. So yeah, it obviously missed its target. But then out of nowhere, I did not expect these to come out, as I tried to jam them, couldn't quite get the jammer off in time, and now I'm just desperately crashing in front of these other guys to make sure that I stay ahead. I do just about get ahead, even though the police car tried to stop me there. But I was like, I do not want to retry this event again. I just want to get it done so we can continue on to the next couple of events, as we do this in 4 minutes 16 and get the gold awarded to us in the hunted event. We do get another new car as well, as it was fairly close towards the end of the last episode. Didn't quite get over it, but now we do. So that is good. Good for us. And yeah, good job all round. We do get a new car, and that new car is the Porsche Cayman S for the Performance Series. So that's pretty cool that we got another Porsche. Not sure whether this was part of the Porsche pack or not. Not sure. But still, pretty good. Anyway, the last event for the cops completely, this is the last event for the cops that we need to do, is the end of the line hot pursuit event, which is actually the same circuit, I'm pretty sure, as one of the racer events. I believe it's called Double Jeopardy. So it's one of my favorite ones, actually, so it's quite cool that this one uses the same track. As looking at some of the cars that we have available to us for the last time, I decided let's give it a run in the McLaren F1, because as the description says, it is legendary. Yeah, we're going to be given sunny conditions at 3 PM, 7 buses are required for 4 spike strips, 4 roadblocks, 2 helicopters and 4 EMPs. Let's see how we can do in this event then. 16.6 miles, 3 PM is the start time, and like I said, there's 7 of them to chase and take down. And yeah, let's see how we do on attempt 1. And yeah, I'll spoil it for you on attempt 1. We don't do it at all. We kind of fail quite hard actually, but yeah, we'll show you the highlights anyway. So we crash pretty early on into a spike strip. We take out one of them at least, the McLaren F1. We take out another Koenigsegg, that's at least good. Before respawning and doing a little hop. Yes, you saw that correctly, we did a little hop there. And then we get EMP'd as we try to avoid it by going into the shortcut. Not particularly a great job done there. And then we get smashed from behind, and then we actually take out someone. So a bit of a roller coaster there. We take someone out with a helicopter bus, as we've pretty low HP at this point. As you can see on the side of the road, there he is. And then coming around this corner, it's a well placed spike strip, I have to say. but it's taken us out, and that is us wrecked on attempt number 1. And because this episode is already 35 minutes long, I decided let's just go to attempt number 2, where, spoiler alert, we do in fact get this job done. But let's see how we get the job done. As 16 miles, 7 races to bust, and we're starting out in the desert. As some of them are taking the little hotel residence shortcut, we're going to stick to the road and just take out some of these guys. Deploy a roadblock, which just about gets deployed ahead of the shortcut, otherwise they would just all take the shortcut and avoid it. In fact, it kind of goes a little bit on, a little bit off, and this guy has gone completely off. He is completely off into the sunset on the right there, as we deploy a helicopter to try and get some more firepower going. Speaking of firepower, we do get a spike strip hit, which does, it does take out that fella and weaken some of these guys. As we're also going to deploy an EMP as well. We have to avoid the spike strips from a different fella, not the guy that we're EMPing, but the different fella. And we do get the EMP off, and so that is him fairly weak. We miss our spike strips behind as the jammer is now deployed, so that is not particularly helpful for us. We're continuing on through, and we have a fair amount of these guys which are quite weak, and in fact there you go, there's someone that gets spun out, and then this red truck comes in clutch, and I have to take avoiding action there to make sure that we don't get crashed into by that other McLaren F1. Though to be fair, we could have taken it out there and then if we'd actually crashed into it, but decided to stick with the pack a little bit. We're in kind of the middle of the pack at the moment, as I tried to take out that fella, didn't quite get the hit on though, and so we deploy a roadblock to again make sure everyone's bunched up. Again, chucking out these spike ships, we've kind of drifted off a little bit so they missed their target, but a good old-fashioned crashing into has stopped those guys. As another EMP is deployed onto us, I can't get out of the way though before it hits us, so that is a good chunk of my health now gone. As the helicopter can start to do some work again, as we take out the other McLaren F1 by just crashing into him. We crash into this Koenigsegg CCX, take him out, and systems are jammed, but I know where all the guys are, they're all in front of me, so no need to worry about losing them, as we're also going to deploy yet another roadblock and another EMP around this corner. We do get the bust on someone through the helicopter. We miss our EMP because the guy crashed into the dead corpse, and I tried to go for this fella, tried to get in front of him. He ends up kind of just crashing into me a little bit, but heading around this corner, not quite able to get him until now, where he just decides to slow down for the roadblock. Not the best idea, mate, and that takes him down and gives us a pass achieved, as another helicopter spike strip hits its target. We avoid the EMP there, which is good for us. And so now there's only 2 races left in this event. Another EMP is taken out on towards us though, but we do miss it and dodge it, so we deploy yet another helicopter because our one has taken itself away, and now we only have the one fella left, as both of them crashed into our final roadblock. And now we just have this guy left, and yes, I could have drifted into this corner and crashed him out in here and there, but I wanted to take him out in a good old-fashioned EMP, finish the job with a satisfying kill, and there we go, his busted. That is the last cop event done. All of the races are shut down, and that is the end of the line for them. 3 minutes 28 flat, actually. That's pretty impressive, as we get the distinction awarded to us as well in the last event for the cops side. And that is it for the cops. Definitely one of my more loved factions, actually. I do like the fact that this game lets you play as both cops and racers. A bit of a shame that it's come to an end, but all good things have to come to an end, fellas, including this series. We're going to get one new reward. All it is a message saying, well done, you completed all of the cop events. We have them all unlocked. The credits actually play at this point, but I didn't want them to play, so we're just going to skip on ahead to the last event. And the last event, which is the longest event in this game, It is a race at Coral Bay called Seacrest Tour, 40 to 43.5 miles in the Hyper Series. This is it, the big finale, the longest route with the fastest, most expensive and exclusive cars ever made. With a speed full of your friends' best times? No, because I'm not online. What are you waiting for is the description for this event. And you can see it goes through plenty of places, almost a full loop of the entire map. Though it does kind of cut out some areas like the mountain, it cuts out some of the highway pieces and some of the other roads that we know about, but still it's pretty much a basic, perfect tour of the map. You get to see all the different areas and all the different kind of lighting and everything. And let's have a look one last time at our car collection here for the Hyper Series for the racers side. We still need to obviously go back in eventually and get the other two cars, but the last car that we're going to be using in all of these events is one of my favourites. It's the Koenigsegg CC XR edition with its carbon fibre livery. And we're going to be doing things, of course, at cloudy conditions, starting at 5 AM, and we have that 50,000 bounty once again because it's such a long event to be given to us. And we get to take a look at some of the places we're going through. Down by the coastal, always cloudy road, passed through the highway as well. That's a good portion of this event as well. We're going to be starting in the kind of sunny woodland kind of area of the map, which is by the coast as well, kind of. Yeah, we'll be starting this event. You'll be seeing it in full, even though it is a fairly long event. You'll be seeing it in full because it's the last event. May as well. And yeah, we are now underway. 8 cars on this grid, all with different variations of the hyper-class cars. And yeah, we're representing the Koenigsegg CC XR, as we have a few Aguiras up ahead in front of us actually, and also the Bugatti Veyron as well. All of these cars are base cars in this game. And yeah, just continuing on and enjoying one last time driving around, at least for, you know, to complete events. Obviously, like I said, we'll be going back in eventually and completing some of these events again to get more bounty and to get us to the max level, which is 20 for either side. Getting all of these cars, using some of the cars that I never got to use because they were for events that we no longer needed to complete. And of course doing the online, like I said. So yeah, we've still got plenty to do in this game. We will come back to it, like I will do for Burnout Paradise as well. But yeah, for this last event, let's just enjoy the final new event, the Seacrest Tour, as someone is taken out behind us. Again, like the red line racing, this one's kind of a marathon, not really a sprint, so it doesn't really matter if we crash too much. I mean, we're in second here, we're about to catch up to the first who's in the Bugatti Veyron, especially if they keep making mistakes. Yeah, we're only 1.18 or 1.19, sorry, behind the guy in first as the McLaren F1 overtakes us. Again, not too worried, we still have ages in this event, and just trying to go down the inside. There we go, taking our second place back as we head over the bridges onto these little islands. Oh, I guess we've already been onto the little islands. We're back onto the mainland now. After we go across this bridge, there we go. Now back onto the mainland, and this guy crashes straight into a traffic car on our left there. Pretty funny. He's gonna need to be careful actually, because if he keeps crashing, he'll crash out. Though I guess really AI can't really crash out in this game, but you get the idea. Anyway, we're going to continue on through, and you can see the skybox gradually change there to now into the grey and gloomy of this side of the map. I don't know why this side of the map is always cloudy. It looks a lot like Britain's clouds in a decent amount of the days that you live here. Though of course this place is set in a fictional kind of California, America place. I'm not really sure whereabouts in America it's supposed to be set. It's obviously made up in Seacrest County, but I have no idea what they based it off of. It kind of, yeah, someone in America needs to let me know. I guess they've got kind of a mix of a few different areas kind of all combined together, don't they? But anyway, yeah, we're in first anyway. 3 minutes down on this event. Again, still ages to go for it. 33 miles, so we're probably about almost a quarter of the way there. In fact, we've only done 10, so we've done about 10 miles, so yeah, we're about a quarter of the way through this event. Still ages to go, and yeah, we're just going to continue on here. As we do crash into a few things, we just slow this down a little bit, not particularly helpful. But we're going to be spat back out onto the main road, and yeah, continuing on through by the Coast Guard HQ. Though that's really a place in Burnout Paradise, but that's just what I called it because I was playing Burnout Paradise and Need for Speed Pop Pursuit when I was younger, and so, you know, that's how I kind of remembered what this place was supposed to be. Continuing on though through these tunnels and out onto the main road, once again the skybox is going to change to be a bit more bright now as we head across the cross section and onto this road, past the police station and into this segment. I don't really know what this segment is called. It's kind of twisty, but also got a decent amount of straights. Pretty deforested actually. I don't know if this is supposed to be kind of another lumber yard where they just cut down a few trees here and there. Not really sure what this place is supposed to be. It's kind of just a lower part of the mountain which courses up to the left. There's that other road. The Seacrest tour doesn't take us through, but other events have, like the Red Line Racing one, of course, that we did in the last episode. Yeah, continuing on anyway, 5 minutes into this event, and we slam this guy out of the way, make sure that we are the ones that stay ahead into this segment here, and then spinning around this corner, and then we're going to take it very slow through this corner because this is the one that everyone goes straight off of. And the AI have done exactly the same thing. I don't actually even think it's faster to do that. I think they just made that corner so tight coming in from that direction that yeah, they didn't realise that the sharpness of it would catch that many people out. But anyway, the next part of this event, and to be fair, a decent chunk of it is on this highway, so this is going to rack down the minutes and the miles, because obviously this is one of the main parts of this Seacrest tour, is taking a lot of highway. And I mean a lot of highway. We basically go from the start, which is here, all the way to the end of the highway, and yeah, some of this stuff has been under construction for over 14 years. As we crashed into a pole there, or I guess a bridge support. Yeah, not great, but again, like I said, it's a marathon, so we're fine, and we're on the highway as well, so we're going to definitely catch up to them. Already going 200 miles per hour in the Koenigsegg CCXR, and yeah, there's a collision ahead, which has helped us again to plow on through and get ahead. We have the guy in second here that we're about to overtake as we head through this segment here. Do just about get in front of him. There we go, nicely done. And then we can continue to try and chase the Bugatti Veyron ahead of us, because that is the next guy ahead. I guess this part isn't really a highway, so yeah, I said from start to finish the highway, but as you'll see after this desert section, which is also a really good place for this map. I really like this. You've got the satellite dishes on the left. I thought about going in them. I haven't actually gone in them. I used to love going in them, especially in free roam as well. But yeah, anyway, we're going to continue on the main path because we are a little bit behind from this fella, but we are just going to catch up to him here. There we go, overtaking back into first. So yeah, it's pretty easy to get into first in some of these events. And now down the long road, which is where most people reach their top speed, of course, especially if you're going downhill, so going in the reverse way that we are. And you have the kind of abandoned, is it abandoned? Kind of not really, it's actually active, I think, airfield on our left here. And then continuing through the desert, the road will widen up, and it will now go back into the highway, as I said. And now it's just about continuing us on the highway for a decent amount of this event. Like I said, we're going at very fast speed, so we're dispatching a lot of the miles, a lot of the minutes that this event is all done in this segment, sticking to the oncoming side of the road, at least for the moment, to gather some speed, and then finally going back onto the correct side of the road to get the job done for the highway. Again, drifting through a little bit. We're pretty decently ahead at the moment still, so that is good. Yeah, continuing through, we got the tunnel again through the rocky segments. They do like a good tunnel in this game. There's a decent amount of them, to be fair. Though I guess I've never been to America, so I wouldn't know, but I imagine America's kind of similar. As we do get down into second here, but we do overtake this fella to get ourselves back into first, and then continuing on the highway, we of course will be going across that bridge up there to go towards the final segment of this event. 9 minutes in here, and we have 13 miles. So again, some of these, like at this point, this is the general like length of a regular event. So you can see how long this Seacrest tour really is, but it's really fun to just, you know, this is what the last event is supposed to be, pretty much, is just showcasing all of the roads that you've been driving on, or a decent amount of the roads that you've been driving on, and just having a good old-fashioned race. I kind of wish it was a hot pursuit. I would love a hot pursuit that was 40 miles long. That would be amazing, but obviously it would be pretty tricky. As yeah, you can see in the mirror there that our closest rival, the Bugatti Veyron, has crashed. And so yeah, it's kind of a 2-horse race at this point, but after the crash is becoming a bit more of a 1-horse race. We're just going to continue to fly on ahead here. 10 miles until the finish, with 3.9 seconds ahead of second, and we're just going to continue to extend that that speed up to 248 miles per hour. Can we push 250? We do, just about 251. That 252. 253 even. We're doing pretty well on the top speed, but now going through this corner, which is slightly affecting our speed, we do have to continue on through, and yeah, 8 seconds ahead of second, so we have plenty of time in hand as we continue on through past the construction ring road thing. I actually have no idea what that road is supposed to be for. I'm guessing it's supposed to eventually become a roundabout, but yeah, not really sure what it's supposed to be for. As we head into the last 7 miles, then onto pretty much the last road. I don't think it's exactly the last road, but pretty much the last road. And this one is very much a coastal one. Again, at night, we've gone from early morning all the way through to the very darkest of night. Again, time changes very quickly in Need for Speed here. But yeah, you can see the moon rising on the right there. 11 minutes and 34 seconds into this event. We're nearing the end. We've got the last 5 miles to go in the Cone 6 CCX, and yeah, just want to get towards the finish line at this point. 14.92 seconds ahead of second, so it's pretty much nailed on that we're going to win this, unless we have again some catastrophic errors. But yeah, continuing past the diner, the sea on our right, the cliffs on our left. 16 seconds ahead of second, so we are absolutely trouncing the AI. Even the catch-up can't help them at this point. And yeah, just continuing on through these roads, taking out some of these signs, because why not, as we drift on through, and then past the lighthouse, almost 17 seconds ahead of second now at this point, past the lighthouse here. And yeah, continuing on to the last road, Sunset Drive, the last road. And yeah, only 2 miles until the finish. We get through just about between those two cars, though we do lose a little bit of time, but couldn't really help that too much. Not really anywhere we could go. So again, around this corner, crash into this guy. So not the most gracious of exits to the Seacrest tour, but yeah, we're going to be taking this last shortcut one last time through the hotel, or the residence section, Rich Man's House. 1 mile until the finish, 8.42 seconds ahead of second, so he's definitely closed the gap a little bit after our crashes and the catch-up. But you can see as we come around the corner, there are the fireworks. There is the finish line for the final event, though I do actually slow down because I wanted to take a screenshot here. And I actually almost lose this event because I kept repositioning to take the screenshot for the thumbnail. But anyway, we complete this event in 13 minutes and 21 seconds. I guarantee you could probably beat the time because of the amount of time I spent at the end kind of slowed down. And also some of the crashes as well. But yeah, the Seacrest tour done. New personal best, gold awarded to us. That is the final event done and dusted. And we're going to get a new reward, of course, which is just basically the end. 3 new rewards as well because we get across the level up. We continue to tally up the 50,000 that we got through this event. And then we also are going to get another new reward as well. Yeah, new personal best. 1,450,000 is what we end on, as our wanted level gets increased to wanted level 3, aka level 16. So only 4 more levels on the racer side left. And I'm going to do some chopping and changing here because they didn't actually show the new cars before the credits. So I've just chopped it so that you can see. We did get the Corvette Z06. And we also got a Bentley as well. The last car we get is a flipping Bentley. I hate that. I hate Bentleys. But the Bentley Continental Super Sport convertible for the Exotic Series is one of the last cars that we are going to get. At least for the main part of this playthrough. And there you go, complete Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. Congratulations, you have access to all of the race events in Seacrest County. And now I will play you the credits pretty much, yeah, we'll have a short chat about the game. So yeah, I really enjoyed doing this series actually. I love this game. This is one of my favorite Need for Speed games. It's one of my first. In fact, it is my first Need for Speed game as well that I played when I was a young kid. And it's what got me into playing all the other Need for Speeds as well. So after that one, I played Need for Speed 2015, Need for Speed Payback from 2017, Need for Speed Heat from 2019, and also Need for Speed Unbound, which I'm playing right now at the moment, and it's really good. I want to make some more content on it, and I think I will. Yeah, it's pretty cool that this game was around. I still think it's one of the better Need for Speeds, even though like everyone hates it. I like just because there's it's not customization-y, it's not got that particularly undergroundy vibe that people were used to with Need for Speed. But I honestly think it's one of the better ones. It's one of the only racing games really where not only do you have these like quite cool weapons with the spike strips, the helicopters, the roadblocks, the EMPs, the turbos, the jammers. I love that stuff. But you also have, just cops and racers crashing into each other, high octane action. You have some events where it's really tricky to get to the end. You're not sure if you're going to get to the end or not. And so yeah, I just love this. I love this Need for Speed. I think it's one of the better Need for Speeds. Because again, like from 2015 to 2017, yeah, sure, the setting changed, the characters changed, like the story changed. Even though I've never thought a Need for Speed story was that amazing, but the story does change in between these games. But it doesn't feel like Need for Speed Hot Pursuit feels so much different. And the music in it as well, as you can see, obviously we can get to play any of it because of copyright reasons, but music in this game is pretty good as well. I like the music. And so yeah, I just have to give a big thank you to all of the guys that made this game, because it's honestly it's what got me into Need for Speed, and without it I wouldn't have made any of these videos. And so yeah, a big thank you to them for making this game, but also thank you guys for watching this series. Of course, this is the end, not quite the end. I'll probably come back to this series eventually, but it's the end for now. And yeah, hopefully you did enjoy the entire series and this last episode. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. Comment if you enjoyed below. Subscribe if you enjoyed all my content. Give me some constructive criticism as well down below. And until the next game series, guys, which will be coming out after Christmas, I imagine. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.